Hello and welcome back to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the latest and not so latest Easter eggs in video games, with the only rule being they cannot have been featured on my channel before. In today's video, we witness a very hungry shark in Zombie Army 4 Dead War, we infiltrate a base in Rain on Your Parade, and we discover an Easter egg dedicated to me in Boxed In. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg that I'm yet to cover, then the best places to let me know are in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Oh, and leaving a like on any of my videos always makes me that little bit happier. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So let's begin with Fireworks Mania. Fireworks Mania is a game that does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you access to tons of different fireworks and then lets you do whatever you want with them. It's a surprisingly chill game, and with no real end goal, you can spend hours just setting off different fireworks. Now, if you somehow grow bored of experimenting with fireworks, then first of all you've bought the wrong game, but secondly there are some pretty cool Easter eggs tucked away. The first Fireworks Mania Easter egg can be found on the town map, and it's an Easter egg that, if I'm honest, I'm getting pretty sick of. So I'm hoping that regular viewers of this series will remember when we used to feature a Titanic, Back to the Future or It Easter egg in every episode, just to prove how common those particular Easter eggs were. Well, I can easily name 5 games off the top of my head that have featured a pizza on a roof, which for the 17 of you that didn't know is a reference to this scene from Breaking Bad. Now admittedly, it's not as common as references to the 3 movies mentioned earlier, but it is starting to get that way. The next Easter egg can be found a little further up the street, next to the gas station. If you remove the sign from the door and make your way inside, you can find a balloon-shaped item called Tim. Well, if you take the Tim outside and light it, this will happen. So the Tim creates the mother of all explosions. This isn't the only Tim found in the game, as one can also be found on the ranch map. To access this Tim, you'll need to blow up the garage door using the Doom Boom firework. After blasting the garage open, light the Tim for another massive explosion. The final Easter egg from Fireworks Mania can be found on the very edge of the map. After climbing over the mountains on the town map, you can find this. So this giant flamingo has a special message written underneath it. So I was thinking it would be really cool if you guys could take a screenshot of this video and post it on Twitter using the hashtag FireworksMania. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, I just thought it was a good idea. Up next is a pretty momentous occasion for us all. Now, Boxed In is, on the surface of things, a pretty simple match the colours puzzle game. But if that's the case, explain to me why I spent nearly 3 hours trying to beat my high score. The thing is, to find my Easter egg in Boxed In, you'll need to do the opposite of beating a high score. First of all, you'll need to set the game options to 5 colours and match 4. Once the game begins, fail as quickly as possible, leaving through the door. Once the door is shut, hold both triggers down for this to happen. So you're taken to an island with several strange sights to take in. The one that we're interested in is found on the side of the hut. Amongst the many names scrawled on the hut is mine. Honestly, this is so damn cool, and a big thank you has to go to you guys, because if you didn't watch my videos, there's no way that this would have been possible. So next up is the Eggcellent Chivalry II. Now, I've played a crazy amount of Chivalry II since it released. I mean, who knew lopping the limbs off enemies could be so much fun? On the surface of things, Chivalry II seems pretty simple. Swing your weapon into the enemy. But there's a lot more to it than that. Countering, parrying, dodging and feinting all play a huge part in deciding who comes out on top. Honestly, it's incredibly addictive, so if you haven't gotten around to checking it out yet, then I highly suggest you do. Now, the first Easter egg from Chivalry II is another Easter egg that is far too common in video games. On the Escape from Falmire map, you can find this.
Use the petards on the gate!
Yep, it's another Dark Souls Easter egg in a video game. Now, this next Easter egg requires you to lose a limb, but if you're willing to make that sacrifice, this message will appear on screen, claiming it's just a flesh wound. This is of course a reference to this scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left!
Yes, I have.
Look!
It's just a flesh wound.
The final Easter egg from Chivalry II serves no real purpose, well, other than making you look baller AF. Hidden on each of the maps is one of these. So as mentioned, these golden roosters offer no in-game benefit, but you can't deny it does make you look badass as you charge into battle. So this next game is about a cloud that ruins people's day by raining on them. And it's every bit as fun as it sounds. Rain in Your Parade sees you playing as a cloud as you travel the world, literally raining chaos from above. It's a game with one hell of a sense of humour, and also a game that loves a good parody. First up is the Dust level, which for fans of a certain first-person PC shooter may seem familiar. So this level is a recreation of the Dust map from Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Counter-Strike isn't the only Valve game to be referenced in Rain on Your Parade. On the warehouse level, you can spot a crate with the Lamada shape that is used in the Half-Life logo. The final reference is by far my favourite. The Cardboard Gear Cloud level is one big homage to the Metal Gear Solid series, including codec calls, and an over-the-top death screen. So the final game for today's video is Zombie Army 4 Dead War. Since its release last year, Zombie Army 4 has been updated with tons of new maps and content, and it's on the new maps that we can find a couple of really cool Easter eggs. First up, on the Dead Zeppelin level, you can find this. So this is an egg-shaped version of Adolf Hitler. It's crazy how he can still look menacing even when he's an egg. The final Easter egg for today's video can be found at the beginning of Damnation's 4th chapter. If you look into the water, you can see this. So I don't know what's worse. The dolls are of course really creepy, but on the other hand, that is a zombie shark. So that's it. As mentioned, if you know of any Easter eggs that I'm yet to cover, then the best places to let me know are in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Remember, if you are a fan of Easter eggs, secrets and tiny details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.